Louie, heel. Good boy. All right, well, hello and welcome back to Animal Training Development. Today we have with us Louie, and Louie is in our Alpha program, and this is just lesson 4 for him. So he's really been doing well, even though he's a very young dog. He's very smart and has a very high supportive dogality type that makes training a real pleasure. So we're going to go over some of the obedience that we've taught so far and give you a little bit of insight into some of the challenges that you have with a younger dog that just doesn't have much life experience because they just don't have much life to have experience with. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with the idea of, as always, the unspoken command. And this idea of the unspoken command just simply means we want a dog to learn never get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. And so the way that we teach that is we just give the release word, okay, and now he can do whatever he wants as long as he doesn't get to the end of the leash. So as I walk around, you'll see that he'll start to follow me. Good boy. And he doesn't have to be in any position other than on a loose leash with this one. If he wanted to walk ahead of me, he could. If he wanted to sniff the ground, he could. If he wanted to lag behind a little bit, he could. And as long as he doesn't get to the end of the leash, all is fine. And this is what I recommend people do for the most part. So we're going to show you the heel command. And the heel command, it has a lot of rules and it's very strict and very precise, and it's that way for a reason. The heel command is the way to get from point A to point B when there's a lot of danger or a lot of distraction in your path. And when a dog learns that really well and develops through experience, the idea of staying in the heel position, you can get through those dangerous areas and big distractions with little difficulty. The unspoken command gives him a lot of freedom and allows for him to relax his mind, allows you to enjoy your walk without too much stress and drama. And that's what we're wanting to do, is allow for him just to be a pup and explore and socialize and all those good things. We had him at the local YMCA path today, and Louie's even got a little bit of a fan club. So somebody recognized him and said, "Is that Louie?" And it turns out it's the niece of the owners. And she said, "Oh, we love Louie." And they got a picture with him. And he is just a loving dog to everybody that he meets. And so big fan club already started, and this is a dog, if you ever were interested in doing therapy type training with, he would be a prime candidate for that type of work, and he would love every minute of it. So let me know if that's something you're interested in the future. So the next thing we teach him, okay, Louie, is this idea of the simple sit command. Louie, sit. Good boy. Now sit means sit and keep sitting till we tell him that he can stop sitting. So if I walk circles around him, he should continue to hold. That's a good job. And back the other way maybe a little bit. And we start to build through some distractions too. So, oh, nope, sit. If I drop this toy, for example, nope, sit. Good. No, sit. That's his favorite toy around here. And we want to teach him that even though it's a toy, if you're in the sit command, you can't get the toy. No, sit. Good boy. I'm glad he's making a few mistakes this afternoon so I can show you the correction technique. I'm just going up and behind his head and tugging a little bit to pivot his head up and his butt down. That's a good boy, Louie. Now when I give the release word, okay, of course he can go ahead and have the toy. You want to do the same type of thing with treats. Good boy, Louie. And your front door is a big one. I love making healthy habits, teaching a dog that they should sit at the front door before you go for a walk. And again, maybe sitting at the front door after you finish the walk. As you go in and out in front of him, that starts to create a little bit of a hesitancy going in and out of doorways, and perhaps keeps him from bolting someday down the road. So definitely keep working on that stuff at home. And we'll, of course, be helping you with that with your private lessons and things as well. But for now, I'm just kind of showing you what I've been doing with him so far. Okay, Louie, good boy. I'll put that down for a minute, and then we're going to go ahead and show you this heel command. Louie, sit. Good boy. The heel is a position in relationship to your body, and Louie's doing a great job of demonstrating that position right here. You can see where his right paw is right in line with my left foot, and we're parallel with each other. In other words, I'm not kind of crooked like this, and we're not crooked like that. We want to show him that this is the exact position of the heel. So I've taught him that if I lead with my inside foot, and for Louie, my inside foot is my left foot, my outside foot would be my right foot, and we're teaching him when we lead with the left foot, the inside foot, he should heel with us. Good boy, and stay in that heel position, and that's ultimately what we're asking him to do, is maintain focus on us and stay in that position until we stop, and then we look for that nice automatic sit that he just did so well with there. If I lead with my outside foot, he should stay put. Good boy, just like that. Inside foot, heel. I'm going to give the verbal command and the left foot lead consistently at the same time for now. As we get a little further in the program, we're going to start to demonstrate the idea that sometimes I'm not going to say the word, I'm just going to lead with the left foot. And that's going to teach him not only to keep an ear out for us, but to keep an eye out for us as well, so that he'll be watching as well as listening for our next command. And that added dimension of attentiveness is a really helpful thing. Again, with the outside foot. Good boy, Louie. Good boy. And with the left foot, inside foot, heel. Atta boy, Louie. Good job. Super. All right. Good. And we've been working on the down command. He's struggling a little bit with this one. We'll see how he does with it right now. Louie, down. Down. And if he doesn't, all I'm doing is helping him. I'm going ahead and stepping just gently on the leash. There you go, Louie. Good boy. Good. And the down command is very symbolic in the dog world. It goes all the way back to wolves, where all of our dogs originate. And the wolf pack uses body language to communicate with one another. And the point behind the down position in the dog world is it's kind of like a salute in the military world for humans. And the idea is when a dog lays down in front of another dog, or for us, it's almost like showing that respect and submission to your kind of authority. And so some dogs resist it in the beginning because they feel like you should salute them, and they don't want to lay down because they're dominant and they think that they should be top dog. In Louie's case, it's not that he's dominant at all. It's more an idea that he feels a lot of pressure that really isn't there, but he's making it there because it's all like I'm an officer commanding a salute, and he feels like he's under a little bit of pressure, and it kind of makes him freeze up a little bit. But that's very normal. He'll get over it. And the down command is a really nice one to have in your toolkit, because even as an advanced trained dog, we don't ask the dogs to hold a sit for more than 2 minutes at a time. For the down position, he can lay down, and an hour later he can wake up still doing that comfortably, and it's a really good command to have in your toolkit for that reason, and also for the reason I described before. We want to make him understand that we do have authority over him, and that he does need to submit to our commands even when he'd rather do something else. And this could indeed even save his life someday if you're calling him and he doesn't have that attitude about you. He may choose to continue to run into the path of that car to get across the street to see that kid or something, and that would be such a tragic thing. And this is starting to prepare him for the idea that there are going to be times that I'm going to ask you to do stuff that you may want to be doing something else, but you got to do what I say instead. Right, Louie? So next we can show you that from the down position, again, if I lead with my right foot, he should stay put in now the down position. Good boy, Louie. And then when I lead with that left foot, we'll go ahead and give that command, heel. That's a good job, bud. Super. Good boy. Very nice automatic sit. Now, if he didn't sit there, I would have said no sit and kind of given that tug up behind his head to help him to sit, because in essence, I shouldn't have to tell him to sit anymore. He knows that when I stop, he's supposed to sit. And so that's what we call the automatic sit, and that's what we're looking for. Louie, down. Down. getting there. I'm just going to give a little bit of help. Down. Very gentle with this because that's a good boy. If he were resisting out of a dominant perspective, I would be more forceful to, if he doesn't want to submit to my authority, then I'm going to pressure him more to submit. But when he's already feeling overpressured, not that I'm trying to make him feel that way, I want to, just coax him as much as I can. It's just because I want to show him that it's not all the big meaning that you think it is. It's just maybe the idea that we're going to be here for a while, and I need you to lay down. So that's basically it. We'll try that one more time. He's getting better at it. Heel. Good boy, Louie. I'd love to see you do this all by yourself one time for the video. Would you do that for me? Making deals here. Down. Louie, down. He's got the idea. A little bit of, there he goes. Down. Go on, Louie. Down. So good. Yay, good boy, Louie. Okay, super job. So that's the first one he's done today on his own. With just a little verbal coaching, and I didn't have to actually, put a little pressure on the leash for him that time. So we're definitely making the progress. I would say for practice at home, focus on that sit and the heel and the unspoken command. Maybe let me have one more daycare day with him before you try to do the down command. I just don't want to mess it up, and he's just now getting the idea of it. So we'll leave the down for a little bit later. Let's focus on the sit and the heel and the unspoken command with the leash. And so another thing I want to mention about him, I know when I picked him up this morning, you were talking about he started to have a few accidents in the house as if he didn't want to go outside. And I noticed at the Y when we were walking around, we went out front like we always do, and there's traffic out there. But today there was a loud motorcycle that went by, and he freaked out. And I'm so glad I had him on leash, because I think he would have run who knows where if he had the chance. He just spooked and he wanted out of there, and it took a good 5 minutes just to kind of get him kind of back where he was. And then he was, real spooked by even just the regular cars going by for a while after that. And so this is very common. Dogs go through phases as they develop, and a very common phase right at this age is kind of what I call the fear phase, where things that didn't, even register on their radar are now spooking them a bit. And it's just really important to understand, A, that it is just a phase that they'll get through, and B, the best way to help is to not reward it. And what I mean by that is well-meaning people have a tendency to try to console the dog when they're afraid. So if that motorcycle went by and he's freaking out, I'm like, oh, it's okay, Louie, it's okay, it's okay, it's just a motorcycle. From a human standpoint, it kind of makes sense. I'm trying to explain to him the idea that motorcycle isn't a danger to him and he's got nothing to fear. But he's not hearing any of that logic from my vocabulary, and instead he's getting this sense of the way he's acting is what I want, and therefore I'll get more of that. So I try not to tell him it's okay if it's not okay, and I always challenge owners, when you hear yourself saying it's okay, ask yourself a question: is it really okay? Is this really the way you want your dog to behave at this moment? And if so, then yeah, go ahead and say it's okay. But in a case of fear like that, we want to, if anything, just try to redirect his focus. I put him in a sit command. I tried to block a little bit with my body, the traffic, and then I would praise him for holding the sit command. And this gives the dog a different view. It's like, oh, you're praising me for being calmer and holding my sit command, and now it's okay. Yeah, that's the time to say it's okay. So just be very careful that anytime he spooks, that we don't give him the wrong signals from us and implying that we want more fear. Instead, we redirect his focus to a sit command is really the best right now, and then praise him when he's in that sit position. And I've seen dogs that were afraid of thunderstorms, for example, trained in that technique. It's called counter training. So we're making them focus more on a command than their fear, and they learn that if there's anything to be worried about at all, it's not holding that command that I just gave them to do, and they start taking confidence in that sit position, so much so that I've seen dogs take that sit position on their own without being told when they spook at something. And that's a lot safer thing for them to do in most cases, rather than freak out and bolt and maybe run into a car as they're trying to run away from another noise or something. So we were really trying to get the dog to desensitize. And again, you know, him having such a short lifespan at this time, he just doesn't have enough life experience, to really know how to handle motorcycles and air brakes on buses. I know a few lessons ago, there was a dump truck at the stoplight, and as it hit the brakes, the air brakes went off, and that was another one of those times where he kind of freaked out. But sometimes house training issues develop because a dog had something spook him. We just got past the 4th of July, and I think every neighborhood is full of fireworks, and it could have been a random thing like that. It could have been something else that maybe spooked him in the yard, but he's kind of now looking for opportunities to go in the house so he doesn't have to go outside. But that'll quickly fade if you just, you know, go back to your basics of house training, keep him in your eyesight, and keep taking him out on a regular basis. And if you can, even go out with him just to see if there's anything out there that he's spooked of, and if we can identify it, we can desensitize him to whatever that may be. But that's about it for today. I've really enjoyed the training with Louie so far, and I'm a member of his fan club too. I think he's going to be a fantastic dog, and you can just see he's just full of love, and that high supportive dogality type just makes him eager to please, makes him easy to connect with, and just a joy to be around. So thanks for your trust in us. We're going to get him home here today and get this video out to you tomorrow, and then we'll look forward to setting up a private lesson with you next week. And to those of you at home, well, as always, we'd like to wish you and everybody happy training, and enjoy your dogs. Okay, Louie, good boy, good boy.